Hello everybody, welcome back to Resinette. So today I've got 8 ounces of J-Diction resin already made up. I've got 4 little cut off water bottle halves here. And I've also got 4 different little like Southern Girl little molds here, okay? And they're all either holding something different or they've got a different position that they're standing in, something like that, okay? And so what I decided to do is these molds are not shiny on the inside necessarily. It looks like they might be kind of a matte finish, but they're pretty detailed with the skirting and everything. So what I thought I'd do is I want to keep them a bit translucent. So I'm going to just be using regular inks. These are just inexpensive inks that came in a big set on Amazon. And I've been using them for quite a few years actually, because there was several in the set. I don't know how many, I want to say 48 or 70 or something like that, but a lot of different colors. So anyway, just kind of any kind of a pigment that you might have would probably work just fine for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm just guessing. I know everybody says fill your molds up full of water, but I don't really like to do that because it's just a pain to make sure that all the water is out and dry. I don't think I'd feel safe using it probably for several days after I filled it full of water. So I just kind of like to look at it and get kind of an estimate. I'm going to estimate probably about 2 to 3 ounces in each one. I'm really hoping it's closer to 2 ounces because I've got 8 ounces made up and I've got 4 molds. Obviously the top part here where the skirts are going to be the biggest area to fill. The inside part way down in there is actually really pretty narrow. So I'm glad that they used these types of molds because they're super stretchy and really easy to demold things, I have found. These molds came from Temu. I don't know if they're available on Amazon, but I can certainly look and post links to both places if you'd like. So I am going to put alcohol down in here. I do know the pros and cons. I get messages all the time saying, don't you know what alcohol is going to do to your mold? Yes, I do. I do know that it can make my mold not last as long, but to me, there's no reason to even have a good mold if I'm going to have it full of bubbles down in the tiny crevices anyway. Okay, so that's just my preference to spray the alcohol before I use it when it's got little spots like that down in there. So what I'm going to do is I am going to take 2 ounces. We're going to start with that. I've got my little measuring line here that shows 8, so I'm going to pour it down to the 6. About, let's see what I got here. That's about 1 ounce. Okay, there's 2 ounces here. And let's go ahead and we'll just start with the purple. I'm just going to put, I'm just going to start with, boy, that just went straight to the side. I'm going to start with just that, which I think was about 2 drops, even though I wasn't even ready for that yet. Kind of went all sidewire on me. And I don't want very much, but I do want some color, not just on the side of my cup. Let's see, oh, that's not quite enough. So let's see if I can get it down in there. Yeah, it's really kind of goes in there funny. So, okay. So I think altogether that was about 6 or 7 ounces. I mean, altogether that was probably about 4 drops that actually reached the resin. This has got a real pinkish tint to it right now. I've got pink, or this is actually, it's actually peach. I've got a peach, lemon, sky blue, and then this grape. So it could be the way that this grape is reacting to the J-Diction. It may just stay kind of a bright pink. Get that dye off of my gloves real quick. Kind of messy. Let's keep a baby wipe handy. Yeah, that is really looking kind of more of a fluorescent pink. All right, you know what? This is still kind of a pretty color, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. And it may just be that I change my mind and not use the other peach color since I've got this pink. Now there's a lot of micro bubbles in there. I'm going to go ahead and spray it. There's a couple sprays of alcohol in there. See if it can kind of sit there for a minute. This is going to be kind of my guinea pig tester here to see amount-wise if that's about right. Let's see. You know, I did end up getting the that little bubble machine from Resiners. I've never purchased anything from them before, and I haven't even taken that out of the box. But this would be the perfect time to try that with all those little micro bubbles. You see all those? Now, because this mold is not necessarily a shiny mold, you may not even see those little micro bubbles in there. But let's see. I'll do one more spray of alcohol down in there. Could be from me using that wooden stick, even though that was a wooden stick that I've used before. Sometimes you can get your micro bubbles like that from using a wooden stick. But you know, let's just go ahead and give this a try. I'm going to go ahead. I've sprayed a little bit more alcohol inside the mold, and that could help with those bubbles. Let's see. I don't know if 2 ounces is going to be enough. I'm going to look down here in the edges and make sure that I don't have any big bubbles forming. And it doesn't look like I do, so I'm going to keep going. Oh gosh, actually, maybe this might be enough. So I've got quite a bit left over here still. I'm going to give it a couple of good squeezes just in case. See a couple big bubbles coming out of there. You can see they're going to like form all around all those little tiny crevices too. Give it a couple of good pats down there. I'll do another thing of alcohol in there. I give it a second. Now let's see. Oh my gosh, look at this. I think I might have estimated just right, you guys. Look at that. Exactly 2 ounces. So that's good. I'm not going to have to make up any more to finish off these little girls. They just look like they're so cute. Now they do seem like they're kind of top heavy here. So I'm going to move, as I fill these, I'm going to move them over to my curing rack where I should not have anything bump that. So wish me luck. Move this real quick. Okay, that one got over there okay. It's a success. So another thing is sometimes I forget to say this, and I know that I've got new viewers all the time that are just brand new to resin. And I want to say that, you know, make sure that you read your instructions on your resin. Make sure you know, the temperature of your room where you're pouring, because I'm just pouring this. This is not deep pour J-Diction. This is regular J-Diction. I keep my room here in my studio at my house pretty cool. I am in Arizona, so my air conditioner is always going anyway. I'm going to go ahead and reuse this cup, put in a new 2 ounces. So I need to go down to the 4. Okay, that's just about right. There we go. And so anyway, make sure that you're reading your instructions on how deep you can pour, or really get to know your resin well before you pour something this deep all at once. Just really kind of double check with that. So this time I'm going to add the sky blue to this, which got a little bit of that pinkish color in there. Doing 4 drops. And this time I'm going to use one of my J-Diction spatulas. Also, I do use their products. I'm not paid by them to give any kind of an advertisement, just so you know, actually not paid by anybody to give any kind of advertisement, okay? So I know I've had comments before saying, well, you obviously must get paid by Cast and Craft or whoever it is that you're using because you mention them all the time, but I do not. I buy my products from their sites or from Amazon, just like everybody else. Okay. So if anybody was questioning that, there is how that is. Okay. So there's the blue. Now that's really pretty. I think that's going to be a really nice shade of blue. So go ahead and do one more or two down inside there. That is a really narrow area there. Can you see how that just really is pretty narrow? Tiny little opening, really tiny down in there. So I'm just going to squeeze some of that alcohol together down in there. Kind of help. This one's got a few micro bubbles too, not many. I'm going to go ahead and pour slowly in through this top part. And then before I get it too full, I'll go ahead and look around down in there again. Squeeze it around. I don't want any big bubbles down there. We want her whole little body to be intact. Give it a good shake. Okay, see. Still don't see. See a big white spot here, but I think that is actually part of extra silicone. It's not a bubble, so just a little thicker area. Okay. There's a big bubble there. Another big bubble. And then some bubbles like that. Go ahead and give another spray. A couple sprays there. And I'm pinching it closed, and I'm going to pour some more in so that when I release it, it should suction it all kind of back down in there. Okay. Got our 2 ounces. Now this one, a little bit less, so this one must have taken just a little more. But by the time I scrape it out of the sides, it should be just about enough. It's really not that big of a deal if it doesn't go all the way to the very, very top. I'm going to cut just a bit of the skirt off on the bottom, and that's okay. This is a great project for somebody who's new to resin and you don't want to mix a bunch of mica powders or any pigments or something yet. You're just kind of nervous still about mixing. This is a great project. Just I would recommend maybe pouring it, about an inch or so, maybe, because it's very narrow through here. And, just do it in layers. Let it cure, pour a little bit more, let it cure, pour a little bit more until you are comfortable with that. Okay, that one over there. Now we've got 2 more to go. And I think these are going to be just as cute as they can be. I've got 2 granddaughters, and I think this might be kind of fun for them to have a couple of these little girls. Don't think there's going to be any sharp edges or anything like that on them. If not, okay, got this down almost to the 2 there. Okay. So there's another 2 ounces. Now this one, let's go ahead and do in yellow. 1, 2, 4, about 4 drops there. Wipe off my spatula here. I really like these spatulas that come with the J-Diction. They're really great. You can reuse them and reuse them. I've got several now, and I use them a lot. Okay, so I'm very thankful. If they ever come in and watch any of the videos that I make, I want them to know that I'm very grateful for their products. I really enjoy using them. Okay, still got some micro bubbles in there, but again, not too worried about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pour this in about that far. Any bubbles out of there. The big ones are coming out. Okay, and again, I'm going to squish it up. I'm going to give it a spray. I'm going to pour a bit and then release it so that it kind of suctions back down inside of there without adding any more bubbles to it. Okay, so I think a couple of these molds are just a hair over 2 ounces, but not enough to make it to where I feel like I would need to make up any more, just barely. And by the time you scrape it out of your cup there, it's pretty, oh, I think I got a little bit of pink in there. That's one thing about using the same cup, huh? Kind of forgot about that I had that other color, but you know what? It's okay. It's going to stir it in there and it's going to disappear very likely anyways. Okay. Okay, so there is that one. Let's move it on over. Give it one more quick spray. Okay, so I had kind of a last minute thought, as I usually do very oftentimes. What if we did this last one with some lights in there? Let's see, what color is this one? This is a colored light thing. And since this is a, gosh, how would I do that? Okay, I've got 2 more ounces. I'll go ahead and pour it into this cup anyway. I've got a kind of a yellow tint to it right now. That's okay. It's going to be just barely. Do I want to do any kind of a color in this, or should I just leave it? Should I just leave it clear, kind of a frosted clear? I think when we unmold it, since it's not a shiny mold, it should look kind of a frosted. Maybe. Let's see here. How about well, it's kind of definitely does have kind of a yellowish tint to it now. Not much. See here, just barely. So how about we? I keep seeing that pink there on the side, and it kind of makes me think I'm adding pink, but that's not coming off of there. So, how about? Gosh, let's spray a bit of alcohol in here. Do what we always do. I'm going to pour just a tiny bit of resin in here. And actually, I feel like even though there's some bubbles in this resin, that actually could look kind of cool with the lights inside. So I think what I want to do, see some bubbles coming up out of there. Spray some alcohol there. And then do the same thing, kind of let it expand while I pour it in so I don't get those big bubbles. And the suctions into all those areas there. Okay, now, gosh, you guys, let's see if we can figure this out. I have to wrap that up maybe a little smaller around my finger. Like that, maybe. See if I can get that into the tip. Poke that one. Let's see, how would I do this? I want it to go down in there. Grab one of these little coffee stir sticks here. See if I can kind of get that down into that tiny little narrow area. These lights aren't sharp or anything. You know, it's got some wire, but I want it to go down the center. Hopefully I can figure this out and not ruin this. Let's see if I can get it down in there, kind of. Like more than just one light in there, I think, in the head part. Okay. And then around the skirt here, let's see. Get that poured in. Oh gosh, that really wasn't. This one, this was 2 ounces and that was not very much. Let's see. Get more in there. I need more than that in there. Spray my gloves real fast. There we go. Okay, let's get this in there. There's a couple more lights in there. Let's see. Poke them down in there. Just want it to kind of wrap around in a circular motion and kind of follow that. I want to kind of follow the line of the skirt there. Now until I get the last light. Down in there. And that one. I'm in there. Stay in there. Let's see. Boy, that goes all the way to the last light here. I'm making a mess, aren't I? Okay, that last light is really close to the little box. Keep the resin off of that if I can. Yeah, this was definitely an afterthought, guys, so sorry about this. Thanks for bearing with me. We'll probably speed this part up anyways, hopefully. Okay, let's go around, around. Let's see, how am I going to do that? I'm going to need to keep that. I need to poke this in there. Just get in there. Okay, there we go. All right, now I think all I need to do is get a popsicle stick to lay that on. And hope that it all will come out. There we go. Hope that all will, all those little wires will stay inside of there. I'm going to have to put on another glove and see if I can make sure I clean that off. Clean that off of my little box. There. Let's give it a quick wipe. Okay, so then when this is standing up, this little box has enough wire here where it'll be able to just come out of the side underneath. And let's see if we turn that on now. Gosh. Okay, well, they all work and they're all staying inside, so we'll see. See if this was a good idea or not. Okay, I'm going to move it over there. And as soon as these are cured, I will come back and we will unmold everything. All right? I will see you then. Okay, everybody, welcome back. We are back. This is the next day. Everything is, excuse me, everything is completely cured. And I'm ready to take these out. Let's save this one for last, shall we? And let's start out with this kind of bright pink one. See how stretchy these kinds of molds are. They're just, you never need any kind of alcohol or soap and water or anything, because even down here where it gets really narrow, they still just stretch really easily to get these out. Well, she is definitely a really pretty pink. She looks definitely fluorescent to me. But let's get her out and see. Oh my goodness. Okay, so here she is. This one is holding a little kitten. Can you see it there? She's just as cute as she can be, though. And it looks like that maybe she's got her eyes closed. I'm not going to go in and do any kind of black on her eye. Sometimes I'll take a really fine black tip marker and just, you know, follow the lines so you can tell that her eyes are closed. And I guess I don't know, maybe I could do that, but I'll think about it. But there she is. Look at all the detail in her dress. Really sweet little face. A lot brighter than what I had wanted my, that grape purple to be. I wanted it just to be a little bit of a light purpley color, but it's definitely a kind of a hot pink color, but she's still super cute. Okay, so we'll set her over there. I don't know how tall these are. Look really quick here. Got my measuring tape. Let's see. They are about, she's about 9 centimeters or 3.5 inches. Okay, so they're not teeny tiny and they're not big. They're just a good size, really, if you've got little girls that might want to, like, you know, practice setting things in places that are, maybe you could tell them they're so fragile, you know, just for fun. Let's see, here we go. Come out of there. Oh, this one's got a little bow tie on the back of her dress. I don't want to tear my mold, but these do stretch, so it's very nice to know. Get her out. She's got a little hat on too. Gosh, so cute. Okay, here's the back of this one. Look at her little frills on the end of her dress. How cute is that? I didn't even know that this was going to have that. And aw, this one's just adorable. She's got her long hair put into like little ponytails, and she's holding what looks to be like a little teddy bear or maybe a bunny. I think I see some long ears there. But this blue one turned out really cute. Really cute. So here they are together. This one would have been a little cuter in my mind if this one wouldn't have been such a hot pink, but that's okay. So cute. So much detail in these. Okay, set that one over there. Get our little yellow one out. Gonna loosen that mold up around her. Yeah, she's going to come out really easily. Here's the back of this one. She's got her long hair coming down. And here this one is, she's holding a little, looks like a little kitten or something too. And she's got a little bonnet on. Are they holding the same kind of thing? Well, I think they're both holding maybe a little kitty or something, but yeah, it's hard to tell. But really pretty. This one turned out really pretty as well. Just cute little like Southern Belle look to them. Super cute. Okay, so they're both kind of leaning their heads a certain way, so we're going to put them like that. And see, they're just kind of leaning their heads just a bit towards that middle one. Real cute. Okay, so let's take this one out, and I know this one's going to be it's not going to have the same look, but well, I'm hoping that the lights don't show up a whole lot as far as the wires go in this, but we'll take it out and see. Okay, here she is with just the frosted color, and she definitely looks smaller, so I think that we didn't get, I think her dress should have come down just a little bit more there, but that's okay. Let's see what she's got. Now she's holding a little teddy bear. So even just with the clear frost, the clear frosted color, it's really cute. What do you think? You see, she's got a lot of detail as well. Her hair is down. We don't have any, see, I don't see any like bubbles or anything on any part of these, really. We did spray alcohol down inside to get inside this little narrow part down in here. But, well, let's see. There might be a little bubble here, but that's on the inside. Anyway, really cute. So let's turn this on now and see what it looks like. Let's see if I can turn it on. I know it's going to flash in the beginning. Oh, well, that turned out really cute. That'd be a sweet little night light. So there's one little blue light up inside of her face. And I don't know, in person here, it's not scary looking. It's just really kind of soft and subtle. All the little lights in her dress. Cute. A couple of lights ended up in the teddy bear there. I couldn't see what I was doing up in here, so I guess I'm just happy that we had a light that came up out there, but really cute. What do you think? yes with the lights, or no, probably not. Would like it better without the lights. It's actually really, really kind of darling though. So here she is. She's kind of smaller than the rest, so she's going to be just sitting there. And with the lights off, she just kind of blends right in there. And if you decided you put the lights on it, one thing I see that I should have done is, because when I was filling the mold, I wasn't paying attention to which was the front and which was the back. So this little box ended up right at the front center almost of her dress. I would have definitely had done it on the back or off to the side, but that's okay. This was just kind of a first try, and I could always just snip this off if I decided I didn't want it in there at all. But yeah, this was fun. Really adorable. In fact, we could have put the lights down into any of these that had, even with the color, because we made them a translucent color. It's just frosted. So, it dilutes it. But gosh, so cute. All right. Well, let me know what you guys think. I'll bring you down for a closer look. And other than that, I will see you all next time.